The Devil arc is officially over. It's over, everyone. It is done. Well, it's official, everyone. The Devil arc is over and done and dusted. And man, did this last episode of the arc go out with an impact. And soon we'll get to see the anticipated Villain Academia arc, which a couple weeks ago everyone has been waiting for. But nope, they had to switch up the arc for a movie that's set to be released sometime now this week. But anywho, let's dive into this episode. This episode touches on the post-credit scene from the last episode. And how can we forget that suspicious guy from the scene who seems like a total psychopath? And this episode turns out he's a total lunatic. So it turns out this criminal was brought to prison years ago by Endeavor. And since he's been released recently, he's been stalking Endeavor and wants to exact his revenge, but with a twist. So what happens is when Endeavor took the trio Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki back to UA High, that same night Naso leaves the house and was talking to someone on the phone. Probably his girlfriend, by the way he was using his words. While he was walking alone, the psycho criminal used an enhanced drug on himself to enhance his quirk, and he managed to abduct Nasuo. Later in the evening, Endeavor and the trio are heading back to UA by car. The same criminal cuts them off in the road and just barely avoiding the collision. Everyone in the car knows someone being wrapped up, and Endeavor sees Nasuo and immediately sprung to action to go after the criminal whose quirk has the ability to control white lines, like those white lines you'll see paved on the roads. It turns out the criminal's motive behind all the commotion was he wanted Endeavor to kill him because when he was captured by him, all he could think about in prison was this sick fantasy of Endeavor killing him for some personal odd goal. And in this episode you could tell that this man was beyond mentally unstable. Endeavor recognized the villain and tries to go after him, but the criminal toys with him by using Nasuo as a meat shield. Being in a tough spot, the trio Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto swoop in to help out Endeavor. With their teamwork, they managed to get through the criminal's maneuvering quirk, though he wasn't giving up as he started putting the public in danger by draining cars in the air and leaving Naso on the rails with an approaching train. Thankfully, through the week of intense hero work, the trio managed to overcome these obstacles, which was enough to put their improvement onto their quirks, as Bakugo was able to rescue Nasuo with his amplified speed. Deku managed to tap into his black whip quirk to grab all the cars in the air to put them safely on the ground. This time it was in control, so he's improved on his black whip ever since the joint training arc. And Todoroki with his condensed flames flash fires the criminal's white lines and apprehend him with his ice quirk, defeating him swiftly. And once that was taken care of, Bakugo and Nasuo came back, and Endeavor went over to give them a hug after what just happened. Bakugo leaves himself out of the hug since he's not into that heartwarming stuff. After that, we see Endeavor and Nasuo had a conversation just between them. The talk itself was a heart-to-heart, father-to-son conversation when Nasuo shouts on Endeavor and what he could do to atone for his past. Endeavor replied to him that he had something in mind. Transitioning over after the conversation, the criminal has been taken to police custody. We see Nasuo saying his thanks to Bakugo and asks for his hero name. Deku thought Bakugo's hero name is his original name, but Bakugo replied that he said it's wrong. Deku got excited to believe that Bakugo figured out a hero name and was curious enough to ask him what it is, but Bakugo quickly shuns him and says to drop dead to both Deku and Shoto. As Bakugo states, there's someone he's gonna tell first, and switching to Endeavor who's looking, thought of Hawk saying Hawks really has a good eye on scouting the next heroes, and then it transitions to Hawk sneezing, believing that someone's talking about him, which is a usual anime trope where if someone's thinking about a said person, the person who's being think of all of a sudden sneezes or wonders if someone's thinking about them. With that being the last scene, the entire episode doesn't end there, as there was a post-credit scene here. In that post-credit scene, Endeavor and Nasuo return home, and Big says Fuyumi was shocked to hear that Nasuo was attacked and asked if he's okay. Nasuo said he's fine and that Shoto and his friends rescued him. After that, Endeavor speaks to Fuyumi about something he spoke to Nasuo and Shoto. Endeavor says to her that he knows Fuyumi has been trying to get things in place where he could go back home. Knowing that Fuyumi has been doing most of the work, Endeavor tells her not to worry anymore and drops a bombshell that Endeavor is planning on building a new house somewhere for the two of them to be with their mom, and asks them to pack up and get ready to move. Fuyumi asks her dad where he will stay. Endeavor then recalls himself the dream he's been having of his family reunited in a dinner table having fun as a family where he's not present there. Fuyumi asks her dad again where he's going, and Endeavor replies to her that he's staying here at home as he believes that that's the way he could atone for his past, as the episode ends there. With that wrapped up, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please give this video a like, and if you want to consider subscribing to my channel for more macadamia content, and see you all next time in the next video. Peace.